Do you happen to know how to get to Camp Crystal Lake from here?
It's got a death curse.
What?
You're doomed. You're doomed.
What the fuck was that all about?
Happy Friday the 13th, folks. This is the Strange Monkey coming at you with another horror movie review. So today, obviously, we're going to be reviewing Friday the 13th, the 1980 classic directed by Sean S. Cunningham and written by Victor Miller. One summer at Camp Crystal Lake, a group of young counselors begin to get ready to lead campers. Unfortunately for the former, someone isn't happy about what's going on in the camp and enjoys playing Kill the Counselor. As bodies fall to the ground in the camp, no one is safe. So let's just, get this out of the way. This is a Halloween ripoff. That's all it is, but then it grew to become something a lot more bigger. I don't know if you guys have ever heard of the Friday the 13th franchise. I don't know. Is it popular? Let me know in the comments below. I'm kidding. So, yeah. This was, I read in articles that say that, they were inspired. But no, Cunningham has gone to say on record that, yeah, we just wanted to knock off Halloween and we did it. So, he acquired distribution by Paramount, which is a massive company, and it still is, and this is a small budget film, and then beautiful things happened, and it was successful in theaters. I gotta say, I'm not camping anytime soon. I've never gone camping in my life, and I don't plan to. I'm not getting killed in the woods. So yeah, you have this place called Camp Crystal Lake, and some tragic things happened there in the past. Counselors were killed, and other things went on. And the leader of the guy who's trying to rebuild it, Steve Christie, has his group of counselors, and they're just trying to rebuild this, bring in all the kids, have fun, and all that stuff. But the problem is, everybody keeps dying. Everybody getting killed one by one. Whoops. I forgot to say, I'm gonna have to re-edit this and say that there's spoilers ahead, because it's true. But yeah. So you have the main character, Alice, who is there, trying to help out, but like I said, everybody is just getting killed off. And there's another character named Annie who is on her way to Camp Crystal Lake. Everything's fine. She gets a ride halfway there, but there's this guy who warns her and says that place is jinxed, that place is cursed. Yeah, there's that guy, Crazy Ralph, doing his thing, scaring people with his death curse nonsense. And all the counselors are just like, whatever, dude, get out of here with your bullshit. And after that, so yeah, Annie gets a second ride from another person in a Jeep. She's talking about how she's excited. She's going to Camp Crystal Lake, and that's when, she seals her fate, unfortunately, because they drive by a sign that says Camp Crystal Lake. She's like, wait a minute, we just passed a sign, and the Jeep goes faster. She just jumps out, and then, the hunt begins. And unfortunately, she doesn't make it. Towards the end of the film, Alice is the final girl. After all these crazy kills, which, thank you, Tom Savini, with your awesome special effects, because anything that Tom Savini touches, ladies and gentlemen, it turns to gold. So, ow! Fuck. Thank you, sir. Anyway, so Alice is the final girl. What the fuck was that? Alice is the last one standing. A car pulls up to the camp, and we find out that there's this woman named Mrs. Voorhees. And she says she's an old friend, and all of a sudden she goes in there with Alice, looks around, but then she starts talking about the history of this place. How a young boy drowned there, his name was Jason, and these camp counselors were not paying attention. Instead, they were off having sex and all that. And the boy drowned, and apparently it is revealed that it is her son that drowned. Her intentions are clear. She's there to kill everybody, which is what she has been doing the whole time. So yeah, for those of you who thought that Jason was the killer, no. He's not the main killer until the sequel. And yes, he's in this movie, but this is after the showdown with Alice, and Pamela Voorhees. You know, there is a struggle. They're going at each other. Alice manages to find, I believe, she grabs the machete that Mrs. Voorhees has, decapitates that bitch, and it is over. And there are a lot of people that say that Adrienne King's character, Alice, is one of the best final girls in the whole franchise. You know, she was a good character, but I think there are other characters in the sequels that were a lot more stronger than her, to be honest. Betsy Palmer, who played Pamela Voorhees, was not a huge fan of this at all. She didn't like the script, and from what I understand, she went as far as saying that the script was a piece of shit, and the movie would be. She was wrong. And the only reason she was a part of the film was because she needed to buy a new car. But as the years went by, she embraced the role, and how, you know, she realized how important it is because it's Jason's mother, Mama Voorhees. So yeah, and how can we forget the Baconator himself? Not that Baconator, Mr. Kevin Bacon. This was, I believe it was his first role. And he has the best kill in the movie, the arrow through the neck. Look at that. Oh my god, that's disgusting. I don't think he likes talking about this movie, but guess what? It's the reason you are famous, good sir, because it got you started footloose. And you know, what's the movie? Tremors, and everything else you've done, sir. I'm not gonna name everything. And yeah. And then the next morning, she sees the police are on their way, and then all of a sudden, Jason grabs her and pulls her ass into the lake. But it's a dream. That's technically Jason's first appearance in the film and whatnot. You know, yes, he's mentioned it. You know, you see him in this film, but this is more like a dream. This is a dream. It didn't happen, but you know, he's alive. You'll see that in, you know, maybe we'll see that in another film. I'm just kidding. So yeah, ever since then, it's like the legend was that he saw his mother get beheaded, and then, you know, the sequels speak for themselves. So that's Friday the 13th in a nutshell. Great movie. Not my favorite in the series, but, you know, it was a good way to start things off. So I'm going to give it 8. Why not? A solid 8 out of 10. And subscribe to this channel. Tell your friends about it who like horror. Tell it. Spread the word. I'm coming. I'm on the way.